Welcome back, viewers. We have 4 major breaking reports today. First, I will update you about the biggest war in Ethiopian history is on the edge of eruption. Tigray People Liberation Front and their allies can open fire any minute. Dozens of tanks captured on video. You will see them at the end of this video. Second report about heavy artillery fire from Ethiopian Federal Forces. Rockets and shells hitting farmers' homes, schools and health facilities in Amhara. After that warning about AI-generated fake content is flooding social media from both sides, we will tell you how to spot it and why it matters. And in last confirmed victory, Fano's Tewodros Brigade defeats end in fierce battle in Wogera Gonder, 11 federal soldiers killed. A militia commander wounded and admitted to Gonder Hospital. Tanks footage at the end. Stay with us. Ethiopia is standing on the edge of the biggest military explosion in its modern history. In Tigray, the Tigray People Liberation Front and its allies are fully prepared. War can begin any minute. In Amhara, the war is already underway. And today we have footage, confirmed battle reports, and a warning about the disinformation war being fought alongside the shooting war. Let us start with the most urgent development. Reports from credible sources are unanimous. The war between the Ethiopian National Defense Force and the Tigray People's Liberation Front, along with their allies, can erupt at any minute. This is not speculation. This is not a threat being made for the cameras. The military positions are set. The forces are deployed. The tension on the border is at a level that analysts describe as the most dangerous since the 2020 war began. The 2020 Tigray war killed over 600,000 people, displaced more than 5 million, destroyed an entire region. What is being prepared now, if it erupts, would be larger, because the alliance arrayed against the federal government is larger. Because the Tigray People Liberation Front is no longer fighting alone, it has Fano on one side, Eritrea's backing on another, and Army 70 operating in Sudan on a third front. And we have received video showing what the resistance has been assembling. Dozens of tanks visible, counted, geolocated. This footage we will show you at the end of this video. The federal government wants you to believe it is ready, that it has the firepower, that it will crush the resistance. But an army fighting 3 simultaneous wars in Tigray, Amhara, and Oromia is not an army that is ready. It is an army that is overextended. And overextended armies make catastrophic mistakes. Watch your screen right now. What you are seeing is confirmed by sources on the ground. This is heavy artillery fire from Ethiopian Federal Forces targeting civilian areas in the Amhara region. And what are they firing? 107 BM multiple rocket launchers, heavy artillery shells, weapons designed for battlefield warfare being directed at farmers' homes, at schools where children should be studying, at health facilities where the sick and wounded seek treatment. Let that be absolutely clear. The army of the Ethiopian federal government, the institution that is supposed to protect Ethiopian citizens and defend Ethiopian borders, is firing 107 BM rockets at the homes of Amhara farmers, not at armed fighters, at homes, at schools, at clinics. This is not counterinsurgency. This is collective punishment. This is the deliberate targeting of a civilian population to terrorize them into submission. The Ethiopian government will call this restoring order. The people of Amhara call it what it is, a war crime. International humanitarian law is unambiguous. Deliberate attacks on civilian infrastructure, schools, hospitals, homes constitute violations of the laws of armed conflict. Those who ordered these strikes those who carried them out, and those who covered them up will one day answer for them. History does not forget, and neither will we. Now, an important warning. One that we feel it is our responsibility to share with you directly. Following the federal government's attempted advance into the rural areas of Gojam, social media has been flooded with imagery and video from supporters of both sides, federal government supporters and Fano supporters alike, and a significant portion of that content is fabricated. AI-generated images, fake videos, manipulated footage, designed to make defeats look like victories and to confuse the information space. We want to be clear about where we stand. We do not share unverified footage. We do not amplify AI-generated propaganda from either side. We verify before we publish. We source before we speak. In a conflict this serious where lives are at stake, where families are waiting for news of their sons and daughters, spreading disinformation is not just irresponsible. It is a betrayal of the people this conflict is affecting. So our commitment to you is this. Everything we show you in this video is verified to the best of our ability. We will tell you when something is claimed but not confirmed. We will tell you when we are uncertain, and we will never knowingly show you fabricated content. We ask you as viewers to apply the same standard when you see content from other channels and social media pages. Ask, who is the source? Is there verification? Is there geolocation? Is there independent confirmation? The truth matters, even in war, especially in war. Now to a confirmed and detailed battlefield victory that we can report with precision. In Fogera Woreda, located in the Gonder area of Amhara Fano's Tewodros Brigade, has defeated Ethiopian Federal Forces in a fierce and sustained battle. Here is what happened. The Tewodros Brigade, part of the Gonder Brigade, operating under the Tewodros II 5th Corps of the Amhara Fano National Movement, was engaged by federal forces in the Tagosh and Dabat Abo Kebeles of Fogera Woreda. The battle ran from 8 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon, 6.5 hours of intense fighting. The federal force, referred to by Fano sources as the Hold Ada unit, came to this area with one purpose: to kill and to loot. This is not an accusation. This is documented behavior that has been repeated across Amhara federal units, entering civilian communities, looting homes, brutalizing residents, committing crimes against the very people they claim to be protecting. The Tewodros Brigade, led by two commanders, Ras Amoro Wubne Shaleka No 1 and Esaminu Shaleka No 2, met them with organized resistance. When the federal forces realized they were surrounded, when they understood that they could not retreat without being destroyed, they called for backup. Reinforcements were rushed from 3 locations: Ambagiwegis, Gedibey, and Dabat towns. Those reinforcements temporarily saved the federal unit from complete annihilation, but the damage was done. 11 Ethiopian federal soldiers were killed in the battle, including 4 members of an ATPO unit whose identities are confirmed. Among the wounded is Geteshu Wube, a militia commander. He is confirmed to have been admitted to Gonder Hospital for treatment. A man who was, according to local sources, actively involved in tormenting the civilian community of this area. This is a significant military result, not because of the numbers alone, but because of what it demonstrates. Fano's Tewodros Brigade, operating in Gonder, in Hogera, against a federal force that came with reinforcements from 3 different towns, held its ground, engaged, inflicted casualties, wounded a senior commander, and forced the federal military into a defensive emergency evacuation. This is not a militia losing a war. This is a disciplined force that is winning engagements across Amhara. Here is where Ethiopia stands today. The Tigray People Liberation Front and its allies are prepared for the largest war this country has seen in decades, and that war can start at any moment. The NDF is bombing farmers' homes with 107 BM rockets in Amhara, a war crime being documented in real time. Social media is flooded with AI disinformation, and we urge you to verify everything you see. And in Wogera Woreda, Gonder Fano's Tewodros Brigade has won a confirmed battlefield victory. 11 federal soldiers killed, a senior commander wounded and hospitalized. The federal advance stopped. Abiy Ahmed's government is fighting a war it cannot win because it is fighting its own people. All of its people. In every region. On every front. And the resistance is growing stronger with every battle. Now, as promised, we will show you the tank footage received from our sources. Like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a frontline update.
बोला ला केनर तक कर गया हैं रहेगा कलम तक बात कर देंगे